A new theory just surfaced for the Judgment Day, so we'll see what's being said there. We'll also check out what's going on with Dominik, Zelina Vega, and more. Starting things off with this pretty big theory for the Judgment Day, and how it partially affects the LWO as well. So like we've been closely following and talking about in recent weeks, tensions amongst the Judgment Day right now are pretty sky high. It's Liv's side versus Finn's side, and it's causing this massive divide in the group. With Liv and Finn being the two more prominent figures in this story, all the focus are on those two. So it's quite easy to forget about the other supporting characters within the Judgment Day. But fans are starting to think that we should all be keeping an eye on Dominik Mysterio, because he could end up being like a secret protagonist here in this story. You got the reports that Finn is set to have a big breakout year in 2025. But something that WWE has been quietly setting up in the background of the Judgment Day storyline is an apparent babyface turn for Dominik Mysterio. All those seeds are being planted through very small and subtle ways. Dominik Mysterio is standing up to Finn Balor when he disagrees with him. Dominik wants to head into matches all by himself, without any cheating and any extra help. He stands up for Liv Morgan. Just all little things that you can argue are pretty honorable for Dominik to do. And as we know, being honorable and doing things by the book is not the Dominik Mysterio that we've come to know ever since he first joined the Judgment Day in 2022. So to see these small shifts in character traits really has fans on high alert, because there are little subtle hints that could eventually blossom into a big babyface turning moment for Dominik Mysterio, maybe somewhere down the line. One of the new fan theories out there for Dominik's face turn includes some assistance from the LWO. Maybe it gets to the point where the Judgment Day ends up treating Dominik Mysterio as the scapegoat and just puts all the blame for the group's recent failures wrongfully on Dominik's shoulders. Something like this could feature the whole entire group, including Liv Morgan, turning their backs on Dominik Mysterio and going against him. It's something we pointed out here on WrestlingWorldCC a few weeks ago, but Rhea and Damian were also brutally at each other's necks during their final weeks in the Judgment Day. But how did that turn out for them? Well, thanks to some of the events in the story, Rhea and Damian ended up becoming closer than ever with each other. So we were previously speculating on if that's what they could be setting up with Liv Morgan and Finn Balor. They absolutely hate each other right now. They don't want to see each other or speak to each other. It's making you think that some big split is going to happen there between the two of them. But what if that's the exact polar opposite? What if Finn and Liv are not only able to repair their friendship, but they become romantically involved with each other as well? Finn and Liv end up revealing that their relationship to Dominik Mysterio is the most twisted and shocking way when the time is right. And that builds up some sympathy for Dominik Mysterio and starts that babyface journey. However, yes, you can argue that you don't feel bad for Dominik's character in this situation, because it's perfect karma for what he did to Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam. And you would be completely right, there's no denying that. But maybe what Finn and Liv do to Dominik is even more twisted than what Dominik did at SummerSlam. We're so stuck on a potential romantic relationship between Finn and Liv because there's so much story elements and seeds from last summer that were never truly paid off, such as Finn Balor stealing Liv Morgan's hotel room keycard from Dominik, Finn having secret phone calls with Liv Morgan, and Finn and Liv even getting caught alone in a truck together. There was just so many little things like that between Finn and Liv sprinkled throughout the last spring and last summer. And besides Liv just joining the group, there was never any big payoff for anything going on, specifically between Finn and Liv. So if sometime in 2025 they reveal that Finn and Liv are a couple, it would be a cool twist that was technically right in front of our faces this entire time, because of those little elements that were thrown back in 2024, and it would perfectly pay off all those secretive moments between Finn and Liv over the last few months. So just this earth-shattering and heartbreaking reveal towards Dominik from Finn and Liv, and on top of that, they would have the entire Judgment Day coming after Dominik Mysterio, and who knows if they even replace Dominik with a new member. So it would be Finn, Liv, Carlito, JD, Raquel, and potentially other new members all coming after Dominik Mysterio and severely outnumbering him. And who would save the day for Dominik Mysterio? Well, how about Rey Mysterio and the LWO coming to the rescue to give Dominik some backup against the new fully rogue version of the Judgment Day. And of course, you're probably thinking, why would Rey help Dominik after everything that has happened over the last few years between them? And the answer is simple. Despite all those crazy things Dominik has done to Rey over the last few years, at the end of the day, that's still his firstborn son. That's his flesh and blood. So despite what they've gone through with each other, if Rey Mysterio sees Dominik Mysterio getting absolutely slaughtered, Rey is more likely to help Dominik out, instead of joining in on the slaughter and beatdown of his own son. So that's why when push really comes to shove for Dominik Mysterio, if anyone's going to have his back, it's his father. And look how WWE just handled things with the OG bloodline. Lots of extremely bad history there between Roman and the other members. You can argue even worse and more traumatic things than what Dominik and Rey have been going through. And WWE was able to erase those past events, clean the slate, and bring the OG bloodline all back together in under 10 days. So if they can do that for Roman and the OG bloodline, then surely Dominik and Rey's relationship is still able to be fixed and fully repaired. Now with Dominik having the support of the LWO, that gives him a very fair opportunity of getting back at the Judgment Day. And Dominik will now have the opportunity to directly get back at Liv Morgan through the use of Zelina Vega. Zelina already has a shaky history with Liv Morgan, so you got to assume that she will jump at the opportunity to get hands on Liv Morgan again on behalf of Dominik Mysterio. And Dominik's character has been known to be presented as this true ladies' man. So does that mean Zelina Vega's character would become a potential love interest for Dominik Mysterio? Zelina has said some pretty harsh things about Dominik's appearance and how much he disgusts her in the past. So it would be pretty strange and out of character to see her view on Dominik completely change from that prior perspective. But everywhere Dominik has gone lately, someone just happens to madly fall in love with him. So you gotta wonder if that theme will continue. The one big negative part of this theory that some fans have already pointed out is that it would be pretty much a big step back for Dominik Mysterio's character. In 2022, Dominik turned heel and broke free from his father's shadow to join the Judgment Day and begin his own new journey. So if now, 3 years later, Dominik leaves the Judgment Day just to fall under his father's wing again and join the LWO as a babyface, it sort of feels like Dominik would be right back in the same place he was prior to his 2022 heel turn. So to prevent that from happening, maybe Rey and the LWO can still save Dominik from the Judgment Day. They help him fight them off in a feud, but Dominik and Rey would not permanently stay together again. Maybe this angle could be intended to just patch up Rey and Dominik's on-screen relationship with each other, fix things up there, and maybe help the fans get strongly behind Dominik again, since Rey is now on good terms with him, and they squashed everything that was there between them. And then Dominik Mysterio can go off as a singles babyface star from that point on. It just feels like if WWE is intending on turning Dominik Mysterio babyface, that specific fade turn will not be truly complete until he fully makes up with his father and leaves things in good terms there. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.